Let's start. Welcome to week 4 of decluttering your mind and your life. Okay, so I hope you had a chance to have a look at all the replays if you weren't able to make the live events. And just a little bit of housekeeping. Sorry. Please just ensure that your cameras are off and that you are muted, because my Zoom is not that sophisticated right now. Okay, and then at the bottom, you'll see there's a little chat box in the screen, and you can chat to me, you can ask me any questions. I'm typically just going to look at it at the end after the slideshow so that I can check and see if you've got any questions or make any comments that you'd like. And then also the calls are obviously recorded so that you can, if you didn't make the live call, then you can listen to the replays. And also I find a lot of the time that you get aha moments and you're kind of so caught up with the aha moment in your head that you miss the rest of the stuff. So you could always go back and watch it again. And then again, having said that, I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you will show up. You'll show up for yourself. You'll ask questions, you'll do the homework, you take notes, because if you don't do these things, you won't get the full benefit of this workshop. And that's how it works. It's a workshop, which means you have to put in a little bit of work, okay? And anything that's worthwhile takes a bit of work. All right. Okay. So let's just do a quick recap from last week. So we spoke about the results that you created are generally because of the thoughts you think and the feelings that come up because of that. So if you look around you and you see your environment and it's full of clutter and things that you don't want, that is created by your own thoughts and by your feelings. Okay. And then also your inner world reflects your outer world and vice versa. So if you've got a lot of clutter outside, you generally know that your mind is all over the place. So it really reflects in your environment. And sometimes you may think, oh, well, actually, I'm fine. But if you look at your environment, everything's cluttered. Believe me, there's stuff going on in your head that you need to sort out. Okay. All right. And then it's very important to clean your mind up. You know, do your thought downloads, figure out what you're thinking before you clean your environment. Because if you don't do that in that process, you're just going to find yourself cluttering up your life with stuff again. So you need to sort out what's going in your mind. First, sort out what's going in there, and then decide what you're going to be doing in your environment. All right. And then also decide ahead of time what you're going to do. For example, you're trashing it, you're keeping it, or you're donating it. Now, oftentimes when you're, say, for instance, in your closet and there are brand new clothes which you've never worn and you're not going to wear, maybe you don't want to throw them away. You don't want to donate them because you paid good money for them. So maybe you want to list them on eBay or Marketplace on Facebook. But decide ahead of time that that's what you're going to do, because that's an added step to your cluttering process, and that also takes time. So decide ahead of time, more or less, what you're going to be doing with the stuff that you want to donate. I mean, we've got a home just down the road here, so it's very easy. We box everything up and we just take it there. But you may decide that you want to donate some of your clothes to friends or family members or people that really need the clothes. So decide ahead of time. Okay, and then also remember the 4-step process. You're going to assess what you have. So you're obviously going to take everything out and put it in a pile. I'll show you what to do. You're going to ask your 3 questions. Is it really serving me? Do I really want it? And do I see this in my future? And then if not, you let it go. And then your fourth step is then you create what you really want. Okay. All right, so let's start with a slideshow and then I'll do some questions after. So let me see if I can get this right. Share screen. All right. Oops. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, there we go. Welcome to week 4 of Decluttering Your Mind and Your Life. All right, okay, so first step first, we're going to get your car sorted. Okay, now this is so important because you get in your car. Most of us travel every day for business. We're in our car hours at a time during the day. So keep your car clean inside and out. Now, when you do that, remember, take everything out of your car and only put back what's really necessary. So you get all your stuff out and then you ask your 3 questions. Is it serving me? Do I really want to keep it? And do I see it in my future? If it's a no, get rid of it. Okay, so just an example of what I keep in my car. I definitely do tissues. I do some wet wipes. I sometimes have a lip gloss or lip ice. I sometimes have a little pad and paper because I make notes. I know you shouldn't do that while you're driving, but sometimes inspiration hits when you're in the traffic. And then I also have some of those cloth bags for shopping. So that to me, those things serve me and I really want them in the car. For example, the cloth shopping bags, because when I get to the shop, then you have to buy another bag. And I have so many at home. So I always make sure that I've got some cloth bags in my car. And do I see it in my future? Well, to me, a little notepad and a pen, I do see it in my future because I want to capture all those brilliant ideas I get while I sit in the traffic. So I want to write them down because by the time I get to my destination, I've forgotten about what I wanted to write down. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's the sum total of keeping your car clean, and do your boot as well. Clean it out, and especially if you've got kids and dogs, because there's always hair in your car. There are always crumbs. There are always little marks all over the car from little fingers, sticky fingers, and well, they don't even need to be sticky, just a little bit dirty fingers all over the car. So my suggestion is do it once a week. That's about, if you use your car a lot, do it once a week. And then to maintain, whenever you get out of the car, take out all the plastic water bottles and the tissues and the little bits of hair and whatever little flints you find, take them out the car and throw it away. Then the next day you get in, your car's nice and fresh, it's clean, you don't have things lying around, and you don't think, oh my goodness, I should have cleaned my car, and it's horrible, and I don't like getting into a dirty car. Okay, so my suggestion is to remember to calendar your washing of your car, put it in your calendar so that you know, okay, on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to have my car washed, or whichever day works for you. So either go somewhere and have it washed if you're not inclined to do it yourself, or do it, but actually set aside an hour to actually clean your car. And if maybe you've got teenagers who you can actually delegate the job, or maybe you could do it as a family and clean the car together, spend a little bit of time together. But it's recommended that you actually get it done so that you can have a nice, clean car driving around. Okay, so now we're going to talk about cleaning out your desk. Okay, so you take everything off your desk. All right, you untangle the cables, you unplug everything, you take everything out of the drawers, and then you wipe down the cables, you take some soapy water or polish, you clean the desktop, you clean the drawers, you take everything out, then you ask your 3 questions. Is it serving me? Do I want it? Do I see it in my future? Okay, chuck out those pens that don't work. And no, you're not going to get a refill for it. So just chuck them out. If it's a really expensive Mont Blanc pen and you're really not going to throw it away, then I suggest you put it on your to-do list that you need to go and buy a refill for the pen. And then you go buy it so that you can actually use the pen and it's useful. Okay, so, and ask your question, when was it last used? I mean, if you've got sticky notes in your desk drawer, but you use it maybe once a month, take it out and put it in another cupboard that it won't actually take up any space. And if you haven't used it in the last little while, chuck it, let it go. Okay, and then paper. Go through all the paper, chuck out what you don't need. Have an in tray, put all your papers together and make a point of actually filing everything once a week so that you can have a nice clean desk. Same thing that goes with post. When you get post, put it in a pile and then deal with the post. Chuck the flyers, the circulars, things that you don't need. Chuck all that stuff. The important stuff to file, you put in a pile and you file it. And the other stuff that you need to take action on, you file it. Luckily, we don't do a lot of post here in South Africa, so it's easier for us because we get everything on email. But you still have to print the stuff and you still have to file it, okay? All right, so get rid of anything that you don't need. Your desk needs to be clean and minimalistic. Okay, so how I do it, maintaining, is at the end of every day when you're done working, just pack your things nicely. Chuck away the tissues, put away the staplers and the calculators, put your papers in a nice little pile. And even if you're working on something and you know that you're going to be carrying on working with that project or those papers the next day, don't just leave them all over the desk. Put them all together, fold them up nicely, and put them to one side so that when you come to your desk the next day, it's clean, it's not a mess, because when you see the mess and the papers all over the place, you are going to get overwhelmed, I promise you. So put everything on the side in a little pile so everything is neat. Okay, so you have a nice clean desk in the morning. Okay. Okay, now this nice quote from Mother Teresa. She says, the more you have, the more you are occupied. The less you have, the more free you are. So if you've got a lot of clutter around, it's going to be taking up brain space. Like I said before, you're going to be thinking, I should be moving that paper. I should be putting away that pen. I should be filing that. That's what's going on in your head. All right. Now we are going to organize your kitchen. Okay, now kitchen can be very overwhelming. Don't let it get overwhelming. Start on one side. At one end, pick a cupboard, pick a drawer, take everything out, clean it, nice soapy water, whatever, wipe it down. You ask your 3 questions of each item that you've taken out. Is it serving me? Do I use it? Do I see it in my future? Okay. Have 3 piles. 1 pile that stays, gets cleaned and gets put back in the cupboard. The other pile you trash, and the 3rd pile you donate. You don't need 2 blenders. You only need 1. You don't need 2 electric frying pans. You only need 1. You're not going to use the other one. Donate the extra one. Donate all the odd cups and cutlery and throw the broken plates away. But all the odd bits and pieces, donate it so that you've got nice space for all new, neat things. Chuck out all the old Tupperware, especially the ones that have the lids that don't fit, or the ones that don't have lids at all. And my suggestion is all your Tupperware that you are using, put the lid on and put it in the cupboard. Because when you're busy and you're cooking and you want to put things in Tupperware, all you need to do is you open the drawer or you open the cupboard, you pick out the Tupperware, it's already got the lid on. You don't have to be looking out for where the lid is, or which lid fits where. So that's a nice, easy one to do. Okay, so everyone has a junk drawer, I'm sure. So take everything out, ask your questions, go through everything and chuck out what you don't need. You're not going to need that paper clip that's in there. If you've got a paper clip, go and put it in your office. But I promise you, you're not going to walk all the way from your kitchen to the office. Just chuck it away. I'm sure you've got plenty of paper clips in your office or the place where your desk is. All right. And then also, a lot of us have a lot of really good crockery and cutlery, and we're always keeping it for special occasions. But how often do those special occasions really arise? Because when you do have people over, invariably there are going to be kids around. So you're not going to be using your best crockery. So use it on a daily basis. Use it every day, because it sends a message to yourself that you're actually special and that you deserve good things and nice things in your life. So use that crockery and cutlery today, every day. Okay. All right. So all the things that are hidden at the back of the cupboard, pull them out. If you haven't used them in the last year, donate them. Okay. If you got a bowl from your auntie for some anniversary and you never use it, donate it. Nobody's going to know. Your auntie won't remember she bought you that bowl. So just donate it. Give it to somebody who really can use it. Okay, a clean kitchen is a wonderful space. It's a beautiful thing. You can actually get quite creative if you have the space to cook. Even me, who doesn't cook, it's kind of creative. All right, I know that you could do this. Now, you don't have to do the whole kitchen in one go. Just pick every day if you've got the chance, or once a week, pick a cupboard and clean it and fix it, and then you carry on from there. Now, the whole idea, a kitchen gets used a lot. I mean, you may use it 2 to 3 times a day. So there's a lot of traffic going in there. So you use it multiple times a day. All right, so have a schedule in place for your kitchen. So make a little schedule, put it on your fridge, and follow your schedule until you get so used to what you've put up there that it actually comes naturally. For example, you decide that you're going to stack the dishwasher every night and you're going to wipe down the kitchen counters. That's something that you decide every night. You'll probably remember that step. But for example, to put on your fridge on a note. So for example, every week you go through your fridge, you check out all the old food, you see what needs to be replaced, what grocery shopping you need to do. So that's kind of maybe a once a week thing. Or every second night you can say, okay, I'm going to be sweeping the floors if you don't want to do it every night. And once a month you're going to be cleaning out your fridge, or once every 2 or 3 months. So you need to pay a little bit more attention to your kitchen because it's such a high volume space. All right. Okay, so now Marie Kondo, who is the guru on cleaning and keeping your space neat, she says the objective of cleaning is not to just clean, but to feel happiness living within that environment. Okay. All right, so next week, we're going to give your closet some shape. We're going to look at your storage, if you have any, and hopefully we don't have a lot of that. And then we're also going to get you out from under all the paper, because generally our lives are full of paper. Okay, so we're done there. Okay, so are there any questions? Okay, so I've got a couple of questions that were sent in. So I'll go ahead and read those and answer those. So Naomi says, I'm so exhausted after work and I cook as well. The last thing I feel like is cleaning the kitchen. Any suggestions? Yes, Naomi. So decide what are the minimum requirements that you have for your kitchen. So we are all busy. We've got lots to do during our days, and often the last time we feel like is cooking at night. And I am with you on that one. So decide what are the minimum requirements that you do. So for me, um, I used to be quite okay to leave my dishes that night and then wash them the next day. So that was for me, it was okay to do that, was to cook and to leave the dishes. And then came COVID and I was home. I actually had the time and I wasn't as tired. So I used to wash the dishes before I went to bed. And the next day, every single day after that, I would walk in my kitchen and go, wow, it feels so great to walk into a kitchen and everything is spotlessly clean. And I could go there and can make my coffee. There's no grimy plates and cups and saucers and things lying in the sink. And I loved that. So to me, that became my minimum requirement. And another minimum requirement could be wiping down your countertops, because that's another thing you can very easily do within a few minutes. Or sweeping the floor could be. So those three things could be your minimum requirements, and it will take you all of 2 to 3 minutes, I promise. And also, even if you don't, and I'm not a dishwasher, I'm not a dishwasher, so to speak. I used to pack my stuff in the dishwasher, and then every sort of third or fourth day, I would wash when my dishwasher was full. I would wash all the dishes. So I wasn't keen on doing that, but because I was on my own, to put during COVID, I didn't want to just leave the dishes. I actually wanted to clean them up. So that was my minimum requirement. And then also, if you've got a family, delegate tasks. I'm sure you've got husband and kids. They can do minimum things. They can wipe the counters, and you can also make a family time to actually get everybody to do some things. I mean, even my autistic 8-year-old will put things away and wipe things down if I ask him. So any of your kids could do that. So get a little bit of help. So I'm kind of coaching you on an A line here, which means your action. So I could tell you that type of thing. The other suggestion I have, which I used to do when I was really tired, was I bulk cooked on the weekend. So I would cook 2 or 3 different meals for my son for during the week. So all I needed to do was take them out, pop them in the microwave, and we had a ready meal, because I didn't have time to cook. And when we got home, he'd be super hungry, so he didn't have to wait. So that's the kind of thing you do. Or find things that are easy to cook. So if you have a piece of fish and you organize a salad, you put the fish on a pan, you put it in the oven. It takes 20 minutes, but there's no work involved. You make a salad, which takes 5 minutes, and you have a meal. So think about easy things like that. And then if on the weekend, you can cook a lot more elaborate meals. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. Okay, Tracy says, how can I make sure I keep my spaces clean after I've decluttered them? Okay, Tracy, my suggestion is schedule, schedule, schedule until it becomes second nature. So once you've done the clean, it takes a lot of top heavy time to clean things properly. But once it's done, it really does not take a lot of time just to maintain your spaces. It will take you 2 minutes to clear your desk. It will take you 5 minutes to wipe down the counters in your kitchen. It takes you 5 minutes to, when you've been sitting in the lounge with a blanket over, to fold up the blanket, put it on the ottoman, fluff the cushions, and that's it. In the morning, making your bed, fluff out your duvet, push the pillows, fluff the pillows, put them down. It doesn't take that long. So if to make it easier and to get you to in the routine of doing it, put reminders on your phone. Make a schedule and keep to that schedule. You go, okay, Monday, what do I do on Monday? Okay, I do the laundry on Monday. On Tuesday, those are the kind of big things that you need to kind of keep on top of. But if you decide, when you're at your desk, for instance, at the end of the day, have a little sticky note that says clean off my desk, or put my things away before the end of the day. So it's just a reminder to tell you what to do. And before you know it, you'll be doing it without any reminders, because it will just be habit, which is a good habit to create. All right. Okay, Brucey says, I hate cleaning. I've got you. I don't like it either. I don't mind doing it every now and again, but I can't be doing it on a regular basis. I hear you. Okay, so the same thing that I was saying to Tracy, you schedule what you need to do, and it doesn't take a long time. The other thing you could do is hire a cleaner. It is not that expensive to do. You can hire a cleaner once a week to maintain your spaces and do that proper cleaning that you don't like to do, sort of the mopping of the floors, the dusting, the vacuuming, all that kind of stuff. Once a week is perfectly okay. You can even extend it to once every 2 weeks. So that's a good idea. And then in between, you do your little maintenance items. You keep going, which makes it a lot easier. And then if you don't want to hire a cleaner, you'll have to work around your mindset about cleaning, which is one of the things that I learned to do was, especially during COVID, because then we had to do all our stuff. I had to do all my stuff myself. So I don't mind doing the washing and the ironing. I kind of like that. But the cleaning part in the kitchen and washing the dishes were not my idea. But I'd put on some good music, I'd stand there, I'd wash the dishes, and you're also thankful that you have got dishes to wash. You've got food to eat. So cooking, you've got food to eat. You've got a roof over your head. Maintain what you've got. I mean, just be appreciative that you do have a house and that you do have things to clean in your house. And once you put on some good music, I don't know about you, but music gets me going. So if you put on some really nice music and you start cleaning, before you know it, you're so concentrating on the music that you don't actually realize what you're doing. And before you know it, you're done. And it's as easy as that. But be appreciative of your house. Be appreciative of the fact that you have all these things and that you like to have a clean environment. Because nobody likes to live in a mess. It is nice to walk into your home at the end of the day. It's your safe space. It's a space where you can actually relax and enjoy. Okay, so my whole theme of the call tonight was definitely about scheduling. Because if this is not something that you do on a regular basis, you need to actually schedule what you're going to be doing. Put in a calendar, make notes, put it on your phone. Let it give you some alarms when you need to be doing stuff. I'm actually going to be doing my day one program, which is going to be airing in at the beginning of May. So look out for those invites. And I show you how to schedule and to calendar your time so that you've got a lot more time. There are so many benefits to actually scheduling your time. I mean, especially now if you've decluttered your home and you've done everything and everything's nice and neat and clean. You have a lot more me time because you are not snowed under from all the things that you need to do. Your mind is clear, your environment is clear, everything around you is nice and clean. You don't have all that clutter in your head. So you have a lot of me time. You can go for that facial or that manicure or the massage or whatever it is. You've got the me time. Also, your finances are going to be better. And the reason why I say that is when your mind's all over the place, you don't remember where you need to pay stuff. Because, with credit cards, you pay by a certain time and then you don't incur any interest. So if you're aware and you've got it in your calendar, I need to pay my credit card by the 17th of the month, then I don't get any interest or your interest will be lessened if you don't pay your credit card off fully. So you have, and also if you're late with things, you accrue a lot of interest as well. So that gives you a lot more freedom with your finances. And also, you don't have to fork out unnecessarily because you've forgotten to do something, or your car's run out of petrol and now you have to phone somebody to come and fill up your car with petrol, that kind of stuff. The other thing is also your health. Your health becomes better because when you're scheduling your time, you schedule your meals, you schedule your grocery shop so that you can have decent things in your fridge so that you can make healthy meals. You schedule your workouts. So it's not just something as an afterthought. You actually have got everything there and you know when to do what. I promise you, there is so much freedom around it. Okay, I'm going to stop preaching now. All right. Okay, so let me just check and see any more questions. Okay. All right. Okay, so just a reminder, I still have some one-on-one coaching spots open. So if you're interested and you would like me to help you, please email me on hello@livelifeinspire.co.za. And we can set up a consultation, we can chat, we can figure out where you are and where you want to be. So drop me a line on that. Okay, and that would be us for the evening. So I will be sending you a new Zoom link for next week, which is our last week of Decluttering Your Mind. So that would be week 5. And then I'll also be resending you all the replay links. So you have a chance up until then to watch all the replays. Just to take a note that a week after week 5, all the replays will still be available. And then after that, they are going onto my website and it's going to be a chargeable program. So I hope that you get a chance to watch all the replays. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you next week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Bye.